Have you noticed something strange happening in the supercar world lately? Half the electric hypercars you've been hearing about for years aren't actually coming. Some got quietly canceled, some turned into hybrids, and a few brands doubled down on electric power anyway. Today we're counting down 10 of the most talked about electrified supercars on the planet, from an American V8 hybrid that costs a fraction of what the Europeans charge all the way up to the hypercar that might be the most complete one ever built. Some of these you can order right now, some of these will never exist. Stick around till the end. Number 1 is going to be worth the wait. Let's get into it. Number 10, Chevrolet Corvette ZR1X. We're opening this list with an American wildcard, and this isn't a pure EV. It's something arguably more interesting. The most powerful, most advanced Corvette ever built. The ZR1X pairs a hand-built 75-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 1064 horsepower on its own, with a compact electric motor on the front axle, adding another 186 horsepower. Combined output, 1,250 horsepower sent through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission with 0 physical drive shaft connecting the axles. Chevrolet estimates 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds and a quarter mile in under 9 seconds at over 150 miles per hour. There's a genuinely clever party trick too. Stealth mode lets you drive on electric power alone for up to 5 miles silent and unassuming, right up until you bury the throttle and the twin-turbo V8 detonates behind your head. And here's the number that changes everything. Pricing starts at $2,795, climbing to roughly $2,395. For a fully loaded convertible, a fraction of what McLaren, Ferrari, or Aston Martin charge for similar performance on this list. Chevrolet just proved you don't need a European badge or a fully electric powertrain to build one of the fastest cars in the world. Where does the ZR1X rank for you? Comment below. Number 9, Mercedes-AMG GT XX. Forget everything you think you know about what an AMG sounds and feels like. The concept AMG GT XX is Mercedes' answer to one question. Can an electric car actually deliver AMG-level emotion? Underneath the sleek 4-door body sits a brand new drive system built with motor specialist YASA. 3 axial flux electric motors, 2 at the rear, 1 up front, combined for a peak output of 1,341 horsepower, enabling a top speed above 223 miles per hour. These motors are lighter, smaller, and far more power-dense than conventional designs, which is exactly why they can deliver this kind of performance repeatedly without the usual EV problem of power fading after a few hard runs. The battery might be even more impressive than the horsepower. A 114 kilowatt-hour pack built from thousands of individually cooled cells supports average charging speeds above 850 kilowatts, meaning roughly 250 miles of range can be added in about 5 minutes. This isn't just a concept for concept's sake either. The GT XX previews AMG's first dedicated electric platform called AMG.EM, with a production sedan and SUV expected to follow using this exact technology. If Mercedes brings even a fraction of this to showrooms, it could be the car that finally convinces purists electric AMGs are worth taking seriously. Do you believe it? Comment below. Number 8, Alpine A390 Sports Fastback. Renault's performance division just launched its second ever fully electric model, and it's already on sale, no delays, no cancellations. Just a real car you can order today. The Alpine A390 is what the brand calls a sport fastback, and yes, that's a polite way of describing a performance-focused electric crossover. But don't let the shape fool you into thinking this is soft. Every version rides on an 89 kilowatt-hour battery and uses a tri-motor all-wheel drive layout, 1 motor up front, 2 independently controlled motors at the rear. The entry-level GT produces 400 horsepower and hits 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. Step up to the range-topping GTS and output climbs to 470 horsepower and 608 pound-feet of torque, dropping that sprint to just 3.9 seconds. WLTP range runs up to 345 miles on the GT, with 190 kilowatt DC fast charging, getting you from 15 to 80% in around 25 minutes. There's even a party trick, a steering wheel button that unlocks a temporary overtake boost. Pricing starts at £6,190 British pounds for the GT, climbing to roughly £6,930 for the GTS. While bigger names cancel their electric halo cars, Alpine just quietly shipped one. Is this proof that smaller, more focused EVs are the smarter play? Comment your thoughts below. Number 7, Lotus Theory 1. Now here's one that still has a genuine shot at reaching your driveway, and it might be the most important concept car Lotus has revealed in a decade. The Theory 1 is a 3-seat electric supercar concept positioned between the combustion Emira and the $2 million Evija hypercar. And unlike some of the cars on this list, Lotus insists this isn't just a design exercise. The company says roughly 85% of the Theory 1's technical features are production-ready right now. The numbers back that up. A twin-motor all-wheel drive setup produces 987 horsepower from a relatively modest 70 kilowatt-hour battery, deliberately smaller than you'd expect because Lotus prioritized weight over raw range. 0 to 62 miles per hour takes under 2.5 seconds. Top speed sits around 108 miles per hour. Target curb weight comes in under 30, 427 pounds, roughly 660 pounds lighter than the Evija, a genuine return to Lotus's lightweight roots. The styling draws inspiration from the 1970s Esprit, with a driver-centered cockpit taking cues straight from the McLaren F1. Here's the part that should excite you most. Reports suggest a road-going version, likely called the Type 135, is being targeted at a starting price under $95,000, aiming directly at Porsche's electric sports car ambitions. While rivals cancel their electric supercars, Lotus might be the one brand that actually delivers on the promise. Would this tempt you away from a Porsche? Sound off in the comments. Number 6, Maserati MC20 Folgore. Let's talk about a car you were promised for 5 years and will now never ever get to buy. Back in 2020, when Maserati unveiled the gas-powered MC20 supercar, the company made a bold promise alongside it. An electric version badged Folgore Italian for Lightning would follow shortly after. The plan called for a tri-motor setup pushing over 700 horsepower, positioned to rival the best electric hypercars on the planet. It was supposed to launch in 2025. It never did. In March of 2025, Maserati officially confirmed what insiders had been whispering for months. The MC20 Folgore is canceled. Not delayed, canceled. A company spokesperson cited insufficient forecasted demand for a battery electric supercar. The final nail came when parent company Stellantis wrote off roughly 1.5 billion euros of investment in the brand following a sales collapse of more than 50% in a single year. Instead of the Folgore, Maserati is doubling down on combustion, giving the MC20 a comprehensive update, borrowing from the track-focused GT2 Stradale, including a bump to 631 horsepower from its twin-turbo V6. Here's the pattern worth noticing across this entire industry right now. Automaker after automaker promised electric supercars during the enthusiasm of the early 2020s, and one by one, those same promises are quietly getting shelved. Do you think electric supercars will ever truly catch on, or is this the ceiling? Let me know down below. Number 5, Porsche 718 Cayman EV. This one might be the biggest gut punch on this entire list because, as of right now, it might not even exist. Porsche originally promised an all-electric successor to the beloved 718 Cayman and Boxster, built on the same premium platform electric architecture underpinning the Macan EV and the upcoming Cayenne EV. Early targets pointed to a 2025 launch. Then reality intervened. Battery supply issues, software integration delays, and the bankruptcy of preferred battery partner Northvolt pushed the timeline from 2025 to 2026 to 2027 and counting. Porsche officially stopped taking orders for the gas-powered 718 in the fall of 2025 to prepare for the transition, which means there has been a stretch with no two-seat Porsche sports car in the lineup at all. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. In early 2026, new Porsche CEO Michael Leiters, previously of McLaren, began openly reconsidering whether to cancel the electric 718 program entirely before it ever reaches production. Rising development costs, a shaky EV market, and pressure to restore profitability have all been cited as reasons. So here's the real question for the enthusiast community. Is Porsche about to abandon one of its most iconic nameplates to an electric future that customers simply aren't asking for? Or will combustion quietly return to save it? Comment your prediction below. Number 4, Aston Martin Valhalla. Quick correction before we start, because precision matters here. The Valhalla isn't actually a full electric car. It's a plug-in hybrid, and once you see the numbers, you'll understand why that's not a disappointment at all. The The Valhalla is Aston Martin's first series production mid-engine supercar, built to bridge the gap between the road-going lineup and the million-dollar-plus Valkyrie hypercar. At its heart is a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, the most powerful V8 Aston has ever built, paired with 3 electric motors, 1 on the rear axle, 2 working the front. A 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery feeds the system, delivering torque fill that virtually eliminates turbo lag, and on demand allows the Valhalla to creep around silently on electric power alone. Combined output, 1064 horsepower sent through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission to all 4 wheels. Only 999 units will ever exist, and the first customer car was delivered in the UK in December 2025. Pricing lands right around $1,500 at current exchange rates, positioning it directly against the Ferrari F90XX and the Lamborghini Revuelto. The takeaway here is bigger than one car. Almost none of the world's most extreme performance machines are choosing to go fully electric anymore. They're going hybrid instead. Is that the smarter path forward? Tell me what you think. Number 3, Lamborghini Lanzador. This next one is a cautionary tale and a genuinely interesting one. In August 2023, Lamborghini unveiled the Lanzador at Monterey Car Week, promising it would be the brand's first fully electric production car, targeted for 2028. On paper, it was stunning. A 4-seat, 4-door GT with a raised ride height styled to bridge the gap between a supercar and an SUV without ever looking soft. 2 electric motors, 1 per axle, delivered all-wheel drive and acclaimed output in supercar territory. Lamborghini talked about a space-age cabin, sculpted surfaces borrowed from the Countach and Espada, and a mission to prove that an electric Lamborghini could still feel unmistakably like a Lamborghini. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud: it didn't survive contact with reality. Just like Porsche and Maserati, Lamborghini ran straight into the same wall. Electric hypercar demand simply isn't where automakers predicted it would be a few years ago. In 2026, Lamborghini officially canceled the pure electric Lanzador program and shifted the project toward a hybrid powertrain instead. One of the most ambitious electric supercar concepts of the decade gone before it ever reached a customer's driveway. This is quietly becoming the defining story of this entire segment. Which of these canceled EVs do you think deserved a second chance? Let me know below. Number 2, Ferrari electric supercar, the Ferrari Luce. For 78 years, Ferrari built its entire identity on the sound of a screaming engine. In May 2026, that changed forever. This is the Ferrari Luce Italian for light, and it's the first fully electric car Maranello has ever sold. Let's be clear about what this actually is, because it will surprise you. The Luce isn't a 2-seat supercar. It's a 4-door, 5-seat Grand Tour developed with former Apple design chief Jony Ive and his studio love from. Ferrari wanted its first EV to bring a new kind of customer into the fold, families with deep pockets who still want the badge, the drama, and the performance. And the performance is real. 4 electric motors, 1 per wheel, combined for more than 1,000 horsepower. 0 to 62 miles per hour takes just 2.5 seconds. A 122 kilowatt-hour battery delivers over 500 kilometers of range, and thanks to an 880-volt electrical architecture, it can charge from 10 to 80% in under 25 minutes. Ferrari even engineered the powertrain to amplify natural vibrations from the motors, trying to preserve some of that visceral, emotional feedback the brand is famous for. Now for the price reveal, because this is where it gets serious. The Luce starts at 55,000 euros, roughly 64,000 US dollars, before a single option is added. Deliveries begin in the 4th quarter of 2026. Ferrari is doing this while Porsche and Lamborghini are quietly scaling back their own EV ambitions. Do you think the Luce succeeds where others are struggling? Drop your take in the comments. Number 1, McLaren W1. Every hypercar era needs a car that resets the bar. McLaren just built it. Meet the W1, the spiritual successor to the F1 and the P1, and quietly the most complete hypercar McLaren has ever engineered. Under that shrink-wrapped carbon fiber skin sits an all-new 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, codename MHP8, producing 916 horsepower on its own. Bolt on the race-derived hybrid motor, just 44 pounds, mounted directly to the transmission, and total output jumps to 1,258 horsepower and 988 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 lands in 2.7 seconds. 0 to 186 in under 13. Top speed, 217 miles per hour. And every single one of those horses goes exclusively to the rear wheels. No all-wheel drive safety net, just pure old-school McLaren commitment. The design isn't just for show either. Formula One-inspired side pods, active aerodynamics, and McLaren's new anhedral doors work together to generate roughly 2,200 pounds of downforce. Dry weight sits around 3,000 pounds, putting the power-to-weight ratio in territory very few road cars have ever touched. Inside, it's surprisingly usable for a car this extreme, an 8-inch touchscreen Apple CarPlay, a Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Here's the uncomfortable truth, though. It doesn't matter if you want one. McLaren is only building 399 examples priced from $2.1 million, and every single unit sold out before most of the world even knew it existed. Even in 2026, with electric hypercars stealing headlines, the purest driving experience still comes from a car that burns fuel and just borrows a little electricity to make it faster. Comment below, would you take the W1's raw V8 hybrid theater over a fully electric hypercar? So there you have it, 10 cars and honestly 3 completely different stories. Some brands like Ferrari and Alpine are betting everything on going electric and shipping real cars right now. Others like Lamborghini, Maserati, and possibly Porsche looked at the market and quietly walked away. And then you've got McLaren, Aston Martin, and Chevrolet, proving that a hybrid, not a full EV, might actually be the smarter way to build a hypercar in 2026. If you had to pick just one of these 10 to actually own, which one would it be? Comment below with your pick, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe. I cover the biggest supercar reveals and cancellations every single week before anyone else does. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.